right, welcome to our new segment on The Advocate, where you have a voice with the advocate. We call it a voice with the advocate. And so our guest for today is Emeka, an elderly Nigerian, physically challenged Nigerian, Emeka Nwokeji, who has issues with the airline that brought him into Nigeria. And but you're going to hear it from him directly. And so that's basically what the program is about. Instead of, the advocates speaking for you, you speak for yourself. We give you a voice on The Advocate, and then also give a right of reply to whoever it is that has issues with whatever complaint there is. So let's listen to Emeka. Welcome to the program, Mr. Emeka. As I call you Chief now, or Mr.
Thank you for bringing me to this forum. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Emeka Nwokeji.
Okay.
A 76-year-old Nigerian who lives in the United States. And after the war, I played ball in Lagos, the Tertiary School, and the Bentley, and East Central State Academy. Before I went to the US. In the US, I studied at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. And then I came back here and got into a car accident as I was doing my youth course in Anambra State. I've been flying for the 40 years since my disabilities from the car accidents I had when I was doing a youth course in Anambra State.
Yeah.
So at this trip, I came into Nigeria with Ethiopian Airways
to
Lome. At Lome, I changed plane Sky to Lagos.
Yeah.
On my way back, after 3 weeks of stay in Lagos, Sky and Ethiopian Airlines refused to trust me. The reason being that I still have an escort to travel with. And I said, I've been traveling for 40 years. I never had an escort. Why should I have an escort? They said, okay, if you don't have an escort, you have a medical letter to travel with. And I replied, I'm not sick. So I don't need a medical paper to travel. After so much exchange of dialogue, the plane left. The plane left me at Lome with my luggage and my wheelchair. So I was left at airport in Lome for 2 hours, half naked, sitting crookedly on the wheelchair they gave me. Eventually, the Ethiopian staff came and gave me a ticket to be flown back to Lagos. So I came back to Lagos without my luggage, without my wheelchair. Sky that flew me rented a wheelchair for me, but would not provide me with any lodging or food or any accommodation. So I was left in the airport for about 2 hours, waiting for them to rent a wheelchair. They rented a wheelchair for me for 2 or 5 days. I said that's all they can do. So I left and I came back the next day and I took a medical form that Ethiopian Airlines gave me. I went to the doctor that recommended. The doctor, Dr. Charles Hadmon, is in Victoria Island. That's where I went for a physical exam. The doctor found out that I'm physically fit. I'm not doing, I don't need an escort. So I brought the letter to Ethiopian Airways, and they said, okay, we will fly you, but we still need an escort. Till now, they have not flown me. I'm desperate. They left me at airport with no luggage, with no
wheelchair.
I'm still suffering from this dramatic change.
Okay. If I can sum up what Mr. Becker just said, that he served in Nigeria and he had an accident during his NYSC, and he's been before he went to America. He's been traveling alone. He's been on wheelchair. He's been traveling alone for 40 years, to and fro, and he's never had escort. He came with the same Ethiopian airline into Lome and to Lagos. So, but they took him to Lome, and from Lome, Sky took him to Lagos without an escort. And then when he was to go back, he flew the same sky to Lomé. On getting to Lomé, Ethiopian Airlines said they could not fly him, that he needed an escort. And he said, I have been flying for the past, how many years, 40 years, and without escort. I'm okay, I am not sick, I'm just physically challenged. They abandoned him at the airport, took his luggage, took his wheelchair to America, and eventually for 2 hours, he was left naked without, wheelchair. Eventually, they rented a wheelchair for him for 5 days, and that's all they could do. Referred him, he came back to Nigeria, they referred him to their own doctor in Victoria Island, and in Victoria Island, the doctor certified him okay to fly. Till now, as we speak, Ethiopian Airlines is yet to fly Emeka back to Boston, Massachusetts.
As you can see from all of these videos and pictures, look at Chief Emeka, looking all bubbly and happy and cheerful on his wheelchair. He's very independent with his wheelchair. But also look at this other video. You're seeing him here being assisted and carried when his wheelchair was taken from him and with his luggage, taken all the way to Boston and left him stranded without his wheelchair. Without his wheelchair, he's completely and totally, incapacitated. And that's what you can see here. You can see him, with his wheelchair. He's a cheerful guy. He can't use his wheelchair. Just like Ayefele uses his wheelchair and he can go anywhere without assistance. But the moment that is taken from him, he's incapacitated.
So here is Emeka's story, and we'll also wait to hear from Ethiopian Airlines for a right of reply. If we don't hear from Ethiopian Airlines, then Nigerians, will know what to do, and probably will do a letter to Ethiopian Airlines. But if you are watching us, just share until it gets to Ethiopian Airlines. We give them opportunity also to come on The Advocate so their voice can be heard. So our ask is to actually resolve the matters as they come. And so if you have any complaints, any problem, any challenge at all, wherever you are, once you're in Nigeria, you have an opportunity to be on The Advocate. Just send us a message on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. And then once we verify your issues, we'll bring you on The Advocate to share your problem. See you next week.